Welcome back to Flashpoint. Joining us now, the Rental Housing Alliance PAC board chair, Lisa Taylor. Lisa, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
All right. So tell me, you all have formed this political action committee to tackle the issue of affordable housing and also rental, the cost of rentals here in Charlotte. Why did you all form this committee?
So there's been increased cost and regulatory impact of multifamily. NMHC has quoted somewhere upwards of over 30% of the rental check that an individual renter writes goes to just the cost of government regulation. So we are absolutely advocates for affordable housing. However, with recent changes in building codes and continued regulatory areas, it's important that we have our voice and let the public and policymakers, elected officials, know how some of those decisions can really add to the rental rate and increase the rental check strike, and also discourage new construction, which apartments today, housing in general, particularly across the country, but particularly in Charlotte, occupancy is at an all-time high. We need to build more apartments, but we really are having some difficult times with raising construction costs, in addition to the increased regulatory and the new building code requirements.
So just to be clear in transparency with our folks at home, yes. I know that you say you're representing a bunch of different people, but you're coming at it from a developer's standpoint rather than, and that then affects the rental that somebody might pay at, say, a complex in South End, and that's sort of your perspective.
So just to be clear, the RHA is the advocacy arm of the Greater Charlotte Apartment Association. So we are supporting our members who are both owners, managers, developers, and our supply partners that are all, in the industry.
Got it. Thanks for that clarification. Right now, I think I saw an estimate that only 1% of apartments right now are priced under the $1,000 here in Mecklenburg County. I remember when I moved here 15 years or so ago, my apartment was $800, and I thought that was ridiculously expensive at the time in Uptown. I know there's supply and demand when it comes to this, but what can be done in addition to building more apartments? Because I think most people will look at Charlotte and be like, there's a lot of apartments. I mean, like, we can only build these so fast. What else can be done?
Yeah, I think, what we're advocating for is keeping construction and regulatory costs down. So, not only are we building apartments, but, at the cost, for example, when we say the policymakers say, let's expand our tree canopy, let's make our sidewalks wider, let's have the setback deeper. We really want to have these beautiful buildings, which is fine. Everyone can understand that. But with each one of those new regulatory requirements for new construction, it just adds cost to build, which in essence, is going to increase that rental check as well. So, that's what we're advocating for, is let's have some, reasonable requirements and building codes. Well, everyone wants to have, a gorgeous building, developed in your city. You've really priced out any possibility of building affordable, whether that's, little a affordable for most, attainable, or big A, truly, government assisted affordable.
We have a number of elections this year. What do you plan to do?
Yeah, so we plan to educate and advocate. The primary election, I think, has been pushed from March to May. So we're really not even clear who is running at this point. Once we understand, we'll evaluate the candidates. We hope to, again, educate and advocate and let them understand fully, what their position is, whether they're an incumbent and they've, supported our industry or not, not, we hope to, have an opportunity to discuss the issues with them. Or if it's a candidate running, then we hope to, again, educate them on the importance and the issues that are important. And it's not just, the building code. It's valet trash removal. That was an issue. It's been something that it's a service that we currently offer, however, has been challenged in some municipalities, certainly within the greater Charlotte market, and in some other places in North Carolina. But that take away our door-to-door valet trash service, that's something that the residents really appreciate, value, they want to retain, but through some regulation, that's a possibility that could be going away.
In general, do you find, say, the current city council favorable to your industry, or do you have an issue with a number of people on city council, say?
I would say we value and support and take issue with any and all. So it's really, we have not identified any of the candidates that we are going to endorse at this point. We are really fairly new. We don't have a history to talk through. We're just rolling out, our program and plans for this election period. However, there's been some challenges for sure. We would not want to underscore that.
No, and I think you bring up to light some of these challenges that a lot of folks, perhaps we're not aware of or might not even think about. They just see those, apartment buildings going up on South Boulevard, and they think, oh, we've got tons of apartments. And we know it's a lot more complicated than that, especially for the people building them, and the codes and regulations involved as well. Lisa Taylor, thanks for educating us, and thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Take care. More Flashpoint after this.